And we are in a sea of red this morning. Don't forget to rock your red today. It's our party inside our studios. Heart disease, still the #1 killer for women in the American Heart Association. In studio for our party this morning. We're going to talk to them later on in the show. Happy Friday, everybody.
Because we want to raise awareness. One woman actually dies from cardiovascular disease every 80 seconds. And that is not something to cheer about, so that's why we were trying to get your attention this morning. It's a serious disease and the #1 killer of women. So we brought the American Heart Association here to talk about prevention. We're going to be partying with them all morning, and we'll talk more here in just a few. Good morning. We are going red for women today. You're looking live outside at the Alto car. The rideshare service wrapped this car with a design made by a heart disease survivor, only 34 years old. So if you ride in this car this month, you're going to be giving back to the American Heart Association.
Boy, I'll tell you this morning, you don't really need coffee in your cup. Certainly the crowd inside our studio getting us woken up as we are live from South Victory on this Friday. Thank you for joining us. I'm Mark Istok.
Glad everybody remembered to wear red. I'm Kara Sewell. That would have been awkward. Tashar with us today to talk about the roadways. What's going on?
I was thinking about Greg, too. I was like, I wonder if Greg remembers to wear red.
Why would I be the one to forget?
Because you always get on me when I wear red.
He is sartorially on point every day.
That's right.
Oh, look at you. He is always on point. Anyways, as it relates to traffic, things all good. Y'all heard me at the top of the show.
So all green on red today.
All green on red. Yes,
So far.
yes. So far.
Getting out right now, we don't need an umbrella today.
No umbrella, just a heavy coat when you head out the door this morning. A little frosty heading out the door this morning. Those temperatures, though, will bounce back as we head into this afternoon.
Don't forget, you're getting dressed this morning. Put your red on. It is Wear Red for Women. That's right, the American Heart Association in studio for our party this morning. We're going to talk to them here in just a little bit, but this is a great way to help raise awareness, and they have raised $600 million with this campaign that goes towards research and hoping that fewer women fall victim to heart disease, which is the #1 killer in women. So stick with us this morning. We're going to give you good information, but wear your red.
All right, you guys, welcome back. Well, it is a sea of red in here, and I think you know why. Our friends from the American Heart Association are here. It is Go Red for Women Day, and I know it's amazing to me. We talk about this all the time, but most people still don't know that heart disease is the #1 killer of women in this country. I think a lot of people think it's breast cancer. I want to bring in Dr. Brandy Williams. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
What do you think it is? Do people not know that they have heart disease? Or, I mean, and that also is a large umbrella that we're talking about as well.
Right. Yeah, heart disease, I think a lot of women think it's still a man's disease, and it really does affect many women. 1 in 3 women are affected by heart disease, and it's the #1 killer, and I think that's an important statistic. It's even more important than cancer. Yeah. It's a more killer than cancer. So.
And when we talk about know your numbers, you guys, know your numbers, that means your cholesterol, your glucose, what else?
Right. So Know Your Numbers is American Heart Association campaign that helps people to know their numbers. What that means is knowing your numbers and to be able to discuss it with your healthcare provider. Those numbers are your blood pressure, your cholesterol, your weight, your blood sugar.
All of that. You should know all of that. Do you guys all know all of that? All right, I'm going to quiz you guys later. DJ LC doesn't look like he knows what I'm talking about. We also want to talk about the luncheon because this is such an important day for the American Heart Association.
Right. Yeah, so the luncheon really brings awareness to coronary artery disease or heart disease in women and in men all across the country, and it helps them to know what to look out for when you have heart disease and what kind of symptoms to look for.
Okay, if you guys have questions, tweet me, Facebook me, Instagram me. We got the doctor in the house. We got all these professionals in the house. We will help you to answer them. And of course, we're going to keep the party going inside. We'll be right back.
Happy Friday morning, everybody. Thank you for waking up with us at 6 o'clock. I'm Mark Histok.
And I'm Kara Sewell, along with Greg and Tashara this morning, watching the roadways and getting you out the door. And you may notice a whole lot of red on set. If you didn't, get your eyes checked.
We have changed our colors, sporting some red in our outfits in honor of Go Red for Women Day and having a little party indoors in an effort to raise awareness and help fight heart disease and stroke. The #1 killer of women. We want to try to reduce those numbers.
Yeah, so it's our party in the studio all morning long. We're going to be talking more about the movement and this year's goals, specifically focusing on getting moving, increasing your physical activity. So if you are wearing red today, show your support, snap a photo, use the hashtag #IamUp. We would love to hear from you. And also tell us how you're focusing on living a healthier heart life.
All right, right now I want to get over to Greg. Sporting the red today. Looking sharp.
So we have brought our party inside this morning. You know, we want to get folks' heart going, but not in that way, right?
The right way.
We don't want you to be too cold. It's Go Red for Women Day. So wear red today as we bring awareness to the importance of heart health. So the big thing they're going to be focusing on this year, knowing your numbers, a healthy diet, and increasing your activity. I know with small steps, we can all do all of those as they increase their activity and get moving on this Friday.
Hey, good morning, you guys. You know, I'm not sure if you know this, 1 in 3 women dies from cardiovascular disease in this country. And so we are all wearing red today to inform and empower and educate all of you. We'll talk more about that coming up. You're up with Daybreak.
And yeah, DGLC is helping us get pumped this Friday morning as we focus on heart health. It is National Go Red for Women Day. So if you're trying to decide what to wear, we've made it easy for you. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Kara Sewell.
And I'm Mark Histok alongside Greg and Tashara. All of us rocking a little bit of red today. We will check in with Sonia in just a bit as well about this campaign specifically and why it is so important. We are counting down the days to the Oscars, though, right here on WFAA.
Hey, good morning, you guys. We are here with our friends from the American Heart Association, and we are going red for women today. So grab your red before you head out the door. We're about to hear from a survivor of cardiovascular disease. She's going to tell you all about her story and hopefully inspire you to know your numbers. That's all coming up.
99 red balloons floating in the summer sky. Panic bag that's red.
Welcome back, you guys. You know, today is National Go Red for Women Day, and it's easy to think, look, heart disease is something that happens to someone else, and so I don't need to worry about what Sonia's about to tell me, but I'm bringing in Nancy because Nancy has a personal experience that I think you guys are going to be enlightened by hearing. So thank you, first of all, for being willing to share this experience. Tell us what happened.
So I was on vacation with my family, and my sister and I had just finished walking, and all of a sudden, I felt a very sharp pain on my upper back, and then it was followed by nausea. And just from going to the Go Red luncheon, I knew I was having a heart attack.
So you had a heart attack, and then tell me, did you know, was it high blood pressure, high cholesterol? Do you have diabetes?
It was definitely high cholesterol that runs in my family, and my doctor had suggested I go on medication probably for like 2 years. And I thought, no, I'm just going to eat well, and that day just never came.
Her doctor told her to go on meds for 2 years, and you said, no, I'm okay. What is your message to women and men who are at home watching and have no idea what their cholesterol levels are, no idea what type of blood pressure they're dealing with?
Well, first of all, I would suggest see your doctor annually, and then follow really what they prescribe. And talk to your doctor if you don't want to, what steps you can take.
And how old were you when all this happened?
I was 51, 52.
So you guys, this is not an old person's thing, okay? And she was active, like she said. I love that you mentioned the luncheon because that's where you learned about all this stuff. Yes. So let's talk about when the luncheon is and where and how people can get sort of connected.
It's February 28th. We hope you will come. It's at the Hilton, and they have a screening and all that early, about 10 o'clock. So it's really, I love that. I always get my numbers done.
Good. Thank you so much, again, for being willing to share. You look lovely in your red, as do all of you. Thank you to our friends from the American Heart Association. You guys, I hope that this inspires you to go call your doctor, Kara, I know you got some high blood pressure you're working with, so
yeah,
you're aware now.
Yeah, I've been on losartan for 2 years now because I have a family history, so my doctor was closely monitoring it. So I would encourage anyone who has a family member with high blood pressure to monitor it a lot more than just once a year. You need to be doing it every few months for sure. So thanks, Sonia, for that.
In our studio today, raising awareness for women's heart health. We will discuss this more on I Am Still Up, coming up live on Facebook. GMA is next. Have a great Friday, everybody.